Hello, I am here with Roger. He is the creative director of theme parks. Did I get that right?
Yeah, at Pixar Animation Studios.
At Pixar Animation Studios. So that's awesome. So, and you're part of like a pretty small group of people, right?
We have a permanent group at Pixar that collaborates full-time with Walt Disney Imagineering wherever the Pixar characters and stories show up around the world at Disney parks.
Awesome, and so you're there to just make sure that they're doing them justice and they're doing it all right and they're sticking to the movies?
Well, it's really about being able to connect the Imagineers to the filmmakers and be part of that creative process. So when we started designing Toy Story Land, that starts with, just big brainstorms where we go down to Imagineering and they come up to Pixar and we have, the artists who created the movies sit in the room with them and start brainstorming, how do we bring this thing to life?
So like the day-to-day process for you specifically is like, what was that, what is that all like?
It starts with just that blank sheet of paper. We've got 11 acres. We're going to build a Toy Story Land. What does that mean? And we started, of course, with the premise that you're going to be a toy, because if you're a human, the toys just flop down, and that's not very fun.
Yeah, I thought that too. Like, I was like, okay, this makes sense. We're basically just like a toy. We're shrunk. They just see us as toys.
That's right. And so we start by saying, well, what are the experiences we want to have? What characters we want to bring there? Because, the Toy Story with the 3 films, the 2 TV specials, all the shorts, there are a lot of characters. So it's actually kind of hard. You're kind of picking among your children to go, well, who gets to come in the backyard today?
I mean, it's Andy's backyard, so it makes sense that none of Bonnie's toys would be there. As much as we love them, I was like,
Yeah, we play a little bit of a magic time game because we did want to be able to acknowledge some of those toys. And so we said, okay, this is kind of a magical moment of 10-year-old Andy where, yeah, he's there, but you get little peekaboos at some of the
It's like the diehard fans, we still think of Andy, they're still Andy's toys. I mean, Bonnie, we're still trying to get used to Bonnie, and so you're just trying to cross it over a tiny bit to where you make a,
both. Backyard, you probably saw his giant sneaker footprints.
Oh, yes. We love all the little details. We're just having fun, walking. Is there any cool, little Easter eggs or something that you really have to look out for to see?
There's tons. I mean, the thing is, when we make the film, if we do our job right, then the audience believes the characters and stories' lives continue outside of the movies. And that's what we get to actually do here in Toy Story Land. We actually get to bring their characters to life again. And so there's a lot of places where we had to expand the story. For example, we have a big box that you see right as you're launching off the Slinky Dog. So we started saying, well, what is that box going to be? Well, what if we made the original packaging for Rex? We know Rex now is a nervous Rex who's always scared, but the manufacturer must have thought of him as this ferocious Tyrannosaurus Rex. So Jeff Pigeon, who's one of the original Toy Story designers, did this fantastic illustration of this fearsome Rex with a volcano erupting with lava in the background. So it's just great to see, okay, that's how Rex wishes he was.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I love that dynamic with his character. Speaking of characters, it's appropriate we're in front of Slinky because he's my favorite Toy Story character. Oh, yeah, he is. And you really put him in the spotlight with his awesome roller coaster ride.
Well, it's crazy, right? Because we said, okay, Andy's a very inventive, clever boy. So he has his Dash and Dodge coaster kit. But he figured out that Slinky would fit perfectly on it. You probably saw the drawing that he did that's up in the queue.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yeah, so he was figuring it out that, well, Slinky fit right on it, but he had to buy the expansion pack. There are extra pieces of coaster lying all around the land. And so to actually be able to ride in Slinky's coils, and we just kept saying, how do we make this the slinkiest coaster it can be? And so we just kept adding curves and bends and the humps that you go through to really just make you feel like you are in that toy world. And he talks to you, right? So when you're getting ready to go, you're like, hang on, and there you go.
Yeah, we wrote it. It was awesome, and yeah, it was so much fun. Who is your favorite Toy Story character?
That's I plead the fifth. But it was hard to decide who we were going to bring into this land. But we knew at the heart of all the films is friendship. So that meant Buzz and Woody had to be there to welcome you at each end of the land. But then we have Jessie and Rex working together. Andy's gone away, so it's our turn to finish, and they're hanging those Christmas lights between the 2 towers up there. But then even Slinky, as he comes back into load, we have Wheezy there as his friend, singing "You've Got a Friend in Me." And that was just really special. As an animator, first and foremost, being able to bring him to life for the first time as an audio animatronic, it was just amazing.
Yeah, I love seeing the minor characters get, even they get their moments, and you had Mr. Mike too. So
Exactly.
It's always special to see.
Wheezy's box in the queue.
I did, yeah. That was a fun touch. I love all that.
Right. So that's what's fun is to be able to create boxes and references to characters like Bo Peep. We created a whole board game for her that we've never seen before, the Bo Peep Lost My Sheep game. And we have Woody's lunchbox and his thermos, which we've never seen before. And even the breakfast cereal, Jessie's lassos. So it's just so fun to expand that world. We love these characters so much, but we really want to be true to their story and their manufacturer, right? Within the world of Toy Story, Rex and Trixie come from the same manufacturer. Buzz comes from one, and Zurg, but the aliens, they're from a different manufacturer. And so Andy has put all those space toys together to have fun, but we're really kind of obsessive about being true to their worlds.
The final version of it. Was there a lot of like iterations of it in between?
For sure. It's a 4.5 year process. And that first 6 months to a year is really like major changes. You're like, what if it's laid out this way? What if there isn't a coaster? What are all the different opportunities and experiences we want to have in here? So it changes a lot. And then you just start honing in on, okay, these, it felt great to really energize the whole land by having the coaster go throughout the whole space. And then the aliens, we love the aliens. And so we have this ride system where you have 22 of them all flying around in the rockets. And so then it's really about the joy of bringing these things to life is a really subtle thing that's hard to recognize just from a distance, which is that toys are really simple. And the whole experience is taking these small things and making them giant. And that means that there can't be any little wiggles, because at a small scale, you might have a simple curve. But when you look at Slinky, and just look at this simple curve that goes around his muzzle, but to make that look this simple and clean at giant human scale is actually a tremendous amount of work. And so the Imagineers were just so dedicated to making sure that everything felt just perfectly like a giant toy. And it's just, that's the fun of it. You go out there and there's no detail that wasn't really sort of just loved and taken to the ultimate degree.
Awesome. I mean, it's really great seeing like your passion for all this come to life, and it's an honor to be here and see it all come to fruition. So,
well, we love that you guys love our movie so much, and you dedicated 2 years of your life to recreating it. That's so awesome.
I'm glad you were one of the ones that's seen the movie before. So
great.
It was great meeting you.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
All right, take care.